This episode may contain content that could be distressing or objectionable to certain listeners. Please refer to the episode show notes for details. Discretion is advised. Listeners, welcome to welcome to Your Movie, My Movie with Dan and Steve.
I'm Dan.
I'm Steve. Also with us today are Just Jordan.
I'm Jordan.
And mysterious, graceful, amazing Anthony.
I'm Anthony.
What the fuck?
This is a podcast where one of us picks a movie to watch, and we discuss it together. In this episode, we're talking about one of Jordan's and Anthony's picks. The 2007 movie Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, starring Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Alan Rickman, Timothy Spall, and Sacha Baron Cohen. Based on Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, by Stephen Sondheim and Hugh Wheeler, and Sweeney Todd,
Yes,
by Christopher Bond. Screenplay by John Logan and directed by Tim Burton. We will be talking about spoilers, so if you want to watch the movie first, now's the time to do so. But before we talk about the movie, Dan, who would you recommend this movie to?
Thanks for asking, Steve. I would recommend this movie to Fight Club lovers who just want to see Helena Bonham Carter suffer more.
Okay.
that's cute. I like that.
That's a little misogynistic of you, but
That is
okay.
misogynistic.
No, it's not.
I take it back.
It's not. She's the hero of the story, but, you know.
It's
you
actually
think
not
so?
cute.
Of
It's actually
which
fucked
story?
up.
This story.
Of this story? Okay.
I'm team Lovett.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's real.
I'm team
That's
Lovitz.
real.
Okay.
That's real.
But, like, it's hard to watch her suffer the whole movie. That's my point. I'm sorry.
I love Miss Lovett. I love her.
I love her.
Okay, sorry.
Jordan, who would you recommend this movie to?
Who would I recommend this movie to? Why would you ask me that? Cool people, like me, for example. People with septum piercings.
Okay.
People with gauges.
Mm-hmm.
People who wear stainless steel jewelry, but in black.
Okay.
And
Oh my god, that's literally you.
What? You're right.
Wow.
And people who wear mom jeans.
Wow. You
I
kind
would
of
recommend
described
it.
yourself.
And everybody who wants to watch it, because I'm all inclusive. And I think anybody can watch it even if they don't have those things. So, thank you.
Okay, that's fair. What about you, Anthony? Who would you recommend this movie to?
Okay, well, if anyone has seen Andy Samberg's like skit on SNL for Threw It on the Ground, where he doesn't fuck with the system, that's this whole movie.
That's a really good
system, yeah, the system, you don't fuck with them in this movie.
That's sick as fuck.
We don't fuck with them. And yeah, that's what I recommend it for. You don't fuck with the system, this one's for you.
That was really good.
Welcome to the real world, jackass.
Hell yeah.
This ain't my dad. This is a cell phone.
Duh!
I threw it on the ground.
I'm an adult.
Have you seen that one? That SNL skit?
No.
You really got to get on that.
Andy Samberg, come
Okay.
on now.
Okay.
I would recommend that to you.
That
Okay.
and Natalie Portman rap. Have you seen that one?
Oh
I
my
haven't seen that one.
God,
Okay.
that one's a good one too.
But Daniel,
That one's really good.
you should ask me who I would recommend this
Hey,
movie to.
Steve.
Yes, Daniel.
Who would you recommend Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street?
I'm so glad that you asked that question, Daniel. I would recommend this movie for people who have seen A Scanner Darkly, but have friends who have also seen A Scanner Darkly,
Wow,
but have not seen Sweeney Todd.
this is so passive aggressive already.
Oh, there's nothing passive about my aggression.
He's been waiting to say that line.
I said it twice. It's my first time on air.
Steve, you can't
So-
pick their pick for them. Yeah.
I know.
Steve,
I didn't pick their pick.
Why are you
yelling
so
at us?
bitter though?
Why are
You're
you
so
yelling
bitter.
at us? This is so disrespectful.
Please stop yelling.
This is so disrespectful.
Okay.
God.
You know, I was worried
Tighten
last
up.
night. I was very worried last night about, being a bummer.
Right.
But, you come out with your fist flying too. So, wow.
This is great. It's great.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is our
I
first
kind of hope I make you cry.
This is
Wow.
this is our first podcast.
You'd never
beef.
make me cry.
Wow.
Wait, is it our first podcast beef? I think it is.
Maybe.
I feel
Well,
like
I don't know.
And
'Cause
crying is healthy. It's good
I
for
have a
you.
beef with Alice, but that might be more one-sided. But she hasn't heard the year in review. So,
Okay.
well, I feel like this started when
Yeah.
you asked Jordan if she we came in liking Harry Potter, and then what was it you asked her?
And he came in hate in his heart. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
just don't remember what it's called.
Okay.
Full of hate, ready to spew.
Listen,
And I
If
didn't
you spew
appreciate
and he
that.
blows,
wow.
then
Never say that again.
okay.
That was
it's,
horrible.
it's a Wayne's World.
What was it called? What was it? Just the show? You
What?
asked if we liked a show or a movie.
Oh, the House of the Dragon.
Yeah, no,
House of
and
the
Jordan
Dragon.
said that's for nerds.
yeah.
And it was joking because nerds are cool, essentially.
They're saying
Essentially.
I'm cool
Oh.
because I'm a nerd
Mm-hmm.
and I watch that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
wow.
What?
This is the most pre-movie talk beef we've had. This is great.
Yeah.
What am I beefing? I feel like I'm being sweet, having love in my heart.
Okay.
You
That's
know?
fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Forget I
Right?
said that.
That's okay.
Thank
I can
you.
be an asshole.
Oh,
So,
Okay, that was a little sassy of you.
Whoa.
yeah.
I like that little sass.
Thank you.
Sassy
Steve-
man
You
apocalypse.
are wearing a red shirt. You know
Yeah.
what they say.
Red
Well,
flag.
I'm a ginger too. Yeah. That's
It's-
fair.
it's
I know.
mad.
You're like a walking red flag
It's a
right
mad-
now.
I absolutely
It's
am,
actually
and I'm-
fitting for the movie, though.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's not because the blood's orange.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say it's orange. It's more like 70s British blood.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Hammer Horror blood.
Well, I actually read that they colored it orange so that it would like render
Okay.
more red for
Yeah.
the like the whole desaturated. look.
Right. That makes sense.
But I still think it's a little orange. But I love it. Okay, I love it. I'll just say it.
it is nice and thick. So,
Yeah.
I love that acrylic paint.
The
I love-
consistency is pretty
absolutely.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's, and this, you know what I'm going to say. I think it's camp, essentially. I think it's super camp.
Yeah.
And I think it's slay and yas.
Mhm.
And I think there's nothing wrong with the blood. I think it's actually intentionally
I think
camp.
I'm gonna
But
count
is it
how many
pussy?
times you-
Is the blood pussy?
The
Hell yeah!
boys,
Sorry.
it's only cool when I say it.
Okay.
And yes, the blood was pussy,
Okay.
admittedly.
So were the Pussycats.
And so were the pussycats. Just kidding. Everyone can say pussy because I'm all inclusive.
Okay.
So it's okay. You can say it, Steve.
Thank you. So before we go on, we have to do the 2-minute summary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. You two have to summarize the movie,
Oh
the
god.
plot of the movie in 2 minutes or less.
Holy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Ready?
can we just wrap like the Andy Samberg? I threw it on the ground.
No.
That's
don't-
like 2 minutes.
No, we
No.
have to really do it, but we can do
Yeah.
it in song form if you like.
Oh my
You can do it however you want.
Organized.
Yes. Okay.
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 1, 2, 3, go.
There's no place like London.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
Next.
So.
That's number one track.
Okay, so for starters, the movie is set in a long time ago. Not really sure when. I haven't researched that,
No
but
place like London.
okay, I haven't researched that. But it's set in a long time ago, and it starts off, and it's this guy, and he was locked up for a long time, 15 years, and he, comes back. He escapes from the prison. I think
There was a barber and his wife, and she was beautiful.
yes, and so he was the barber essentially.
A foolish barber and his.
And she was beautiful, and he's coming back, and he wants his girl.
So he meets Mrs. Lovett, and
Oh no, that's not. We're not there yet. So he okay. So yes, he's a barber, and he has a wife that they're still together, and it was 15 years ago. So it's been a long time. So he hasn't seen her in a while, and he comes back, and he wants her, and he wants revenge on the judge because the judge locks him up wrongfully.
On false pretense.
On a false yes, that's the term. And he locked him up on a false pretense, and now he's back for vengeance.
But she's gone.
And his daughter, who was a baby when he went, she's
his ward.
She's the judge's
The judge.
ward. Absolutely. And are you fucking kidding me? It's going really bad.
30 seconds.
And so he meets this lady, Mrs. Lovett, and she works in a pie shop, and the pie shop is real nasty, roaches and all that all over the walls. And, you know, they team up and they have this really crazy plan to,
They kill everyone.
to take them down.
They kill everybody. They make them into pies. And then feed them to the customers. It's so slay. And then they get judged.
And Sacha Baron Cohen has a fat bulge in his pants.
Yes. And
in a respectful way. Respectful.
The moment of the world, the great black thing is filled with people who are filled with shit. That's basically
With
something.
shit.
Yeah. I think that was good.
Well, that's good, right?
I think so. I think we kind of maybe gave a little too much.
Too much too soon.
Yeah, we probably had way too much time.
God, we tend to do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
God, we tend to give too much too soon. We struggle with
That is
that.
definitely our most entertaining.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay,
it is what
sorry.
it is.
This is gonna be this is like a callback to theater, like this episode. I feel like
Yeah.
because we were in
I've never done
same
Backstory.
theater
Part
troupe.
backstory.
5719.
5719.
If you know, you know.
District 10, Troop 5719.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Why are you guys doxing us?
5719 till I die.
No, yeah, for real.
All right. Yes. So, and to Sacha Baron Cohen, if you're watching this, I apologize for objectifying you, and I didn't mean it in that way.
I don't
It's,
apologize.
it's okay. Whose cock does Sierra talk about all the time?
Willem Dafoe's?
Willem Dafoe's cock. Yeah,
That's
Sierra talks about
crazy.
Willem Dafoe's cock all
That's
the time.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, Alan Rickman's dick
Alan
is in this
Rickman's
a
dick
lot
is in
too.
this, yeah.
I have never looked anywhere like that before.
You've never looked at a dick in your life.
I don't know anything about anything about this.
But yeah, that was the summary. I think I pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
I think that covers
Yeah.
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's a question,
Mm-hmm.
Jordan and Anthony.
And Anthony. Yes.
And Anthony.
Yes.
Well-
yes.
Yeah.
Mysterious
hmm
man.
Graceful.
That I am. Graceful.
Amazing too.
Amazing. Yep.
Or at least that's what I hear.
Yeah. All from you. I appreciate the
That
kind
was a-
words.
That was so unprovoked.
Why did you two pick this movie?
So we picked this movie because we really liked it and we wanted to shake our asses, and we knew you wouldn't like it.
Oh.
And I found a lot of joy in that.
Wow.
Me being happy, shaking my ass, and you miserable, forced to watch a musical.
Well, I
By
have
Tim
no problems with musical. I have a problem with Tim Burton.
Yeah, and you know, I just something about that really, I don't know, drew me in. So, you know,
Well,
and
I'll just say, sorry.
go ahead.
I never liked musicals, but I saw this when I was little. And
Okay.
like maybe I was a little too young to be watching it, let's be honest. But I really liked it and it stuck with me. And it's like still one of the only musicals. Well, now I'm more open to musicals now, but this was the OG for me.
Okay, that's fair.
And
So,
I thought there was elements that you may like.
Okay.
it's like a slash. Come on, it's a slasher.
Uh-huh.
Let's be real. It's a slasher. It's beautiful songs.
And you can't deny a bop when it's there.
It was really, actually, I'm sorry, this is really hard to watch for us without singing.
Without, yeah,
That's fine. That's
It was
fine.
really
and
hard.
popping it, for
Mhm.
sure. So,
Yeah.
This was the most probably interactive movie we've watched. Other
Yeah.
than we talked during one movie. I forget what it was. We talked during some movies, but anyways,
A little bit.
this was definitely the most
Mhm.
entertaining watch party.
Thanks, shade to all y'all guests.
shade to all you other bitches.
Yep.
Sorry for saying that.
Sorry,
Respect.
there's so much beef on this one.
Wow.
Respect- no,
you
I
guys are
actually-
starting beef with all of everybody.
No, I actually
I
love
know.
everybody, and I love them. So.
But is it Sweeney Todd? No. Sorry.
We should do like a Sacha
Baka,
Baron
baka,
Cohen.
baka.
We should do a Sacha Baron Cohen. I want to do a Johnny Depp marathon or a Sacha Baron Cohen marathon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or a Tim Burton marathon.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like Sacha Baron Cohen and then this movie. Like all his like crazy like
I'm okay. I'm okay with doing a Tim Burton marathon as long as we stop with
Yeah, when did your beef start?
with
Planet of the Apes?
no. That's where my beef started, but I wanted to stop before that with
What is it
The
about?
bad director.
The bad director?
Yeah.
Plan 9 from Outer Space. Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. Yeah.
You didn't like Ed Wood?
I loved Ed Wood.
Okay.
But that's the last time I
haven't seen Ed Wood.
So
fuck are
you
they talking
don't
about?
like Tim Burton, and you said you
Anymore.
told me this before. You said because him and Johnny Depp became sellouts.
Yes. Absolutely.
But Steve,
Yes.
this is what I was going to ask you.
Uh-huh.
You pride yourself in being a hack writer.
Yes.
A hack is almost the same as a sellout, right? What is the difference? Tell me, Steve, what the
Okay,
difference is
hold on.
between a hack and a sellout? Because
Hold
to me,
on.
they're the same thing.
Okay.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
So here's the difference. Okay.
Mhm.
A hack starts by selling out.
So you're
A
saying
hack sells out right from the start.
so you're saying you accept the fact that you're a sellout.
Yes.
Wow.
So you
But here's another thing. And
So don't
I
be
will
okay
take
when you do
risks.
it.
I will take risks. There's nothing risky in this movie.
in this movie?
Yeah, there's
Sweeney Todd?
nothing risky in this movie. It's a
kinda
play from the
disagree.
70s that was successful. It's a
Uh-huh.
Stephen Sondheim play. It's done by Paramount, I suppose, because that's the streaming service we watch.
Look at you speaking out
It's
of
directed by
turn.
Tim Burton, and it's got his usual cast members, Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter.
Okay,
Now-
we are forgetting Vecna. If you haven't seen Stranger Things season 4, Vecna this is his first movie, okay? And
Jimmy
it's not
Kimmel
just
Bauer.
Johnny Depp. I love him.
Who's Vecna? Was he
Well,
the
that's because
Anthony?
you're a fucking
From Stranger
sucker.
Things.
I've seen it. I've seen.
He's Vecna.
Who is?
That's Jamie.
Anthony.
The boy.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
with the Girl.
Anthony.
that's fine.
That's his first movie.
I have nothing.
And he
I have
ate
no problems
that
with that
up.
guy.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that I would, as it's a great cast, but he's also a big part of it.
Do all movies need to take risks to be good?
I do feel like this takes some risk, though. I just feel like it
Okay.
sticks straight to the source material, which I like.
Actually, it doesn't, because I did a little bit of research on
And
here.
in the form of adapting it to a movie, obviously
Okay.
there's some changes.
Obviously,
Okay,
there's
but I feel like- I
changes.
There's a lot of changes. They cut a lot of stuff out,
Yes,
apparently.
but because this is my thing.
And, apparently, and I know the reason why, to bring it down to 2 hours,
Mhm.
which a movie should be, and I am so thankful for it. I'm so thankful.
Because
that
it would have
we
been
had to watch
like a
this for 2 hours.
3-hour musical in the form of a movie, which would have been fun.
Yeah. No.
I think,
Yes.
for one,
Uh-huh.
that the film and the stage musical are separate.
Uh-huh.
Girl,
And-
British.
Yes. And I think
I'm
that.
not arguing with her about that.
And I think.
about that.
Wow.
No. I think they're separate.
Uh-huh.
And I think the source material is honored.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I think that the changes work well for the screen
Okay.
adaptation.
So what?
And
I
I
do
love
too,
them
'cause
both
it's-
in different ways.
Yeah, what changes?
It's nicely paced along, which I
I'm
appreciate
okay
it.
without
So
the
we
weird
could get to the
kissing
ending
scene,
right away.
sexual scene with Anthony and Joanna. I'm okay with cutting that.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's
to be
honestly
fair,
cringe.
yeah, I actually do like that
Respect.
they didn't focus on that relationship too much like
Okay.
they did in the original.
I liked
was
the-
it because I know you brought it up.
Well, from the research I saw, they cut like a lot of the songs out,
Mhm.
or they shortened the songs because Tim Burton didn't want to do like a normal musical. He just wanted to do a movie with singing in it, basically.
Okay.
So when they adapted the songs, he sent MP3s to Stephen Sondheim, who gave his approval for what he liked, or suggested changes, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So from the research I saw. So
But you're saying you are you fine with that, or are you saying
I'm fine with that
Okay.
because I can get to the ending faster.
Because you said there's no risks.
Oh no! Well, there's no risk because, as I said, this is at the time this was made 2007. It was a 30-year-old play that was successful by a very successful playwright with Tim Burton, who. So
Steve, I don't think that that's necessarily a negative though.
okay,
I agree.
Ozu made the same movie like 50 times.
Who?
And Ozu.
okay,
And,
that's true.
It
and
doesn't
the
need to be
Ramones,
risky.
The Ramones made the same song over and over
And
and over
it brought
again.
it to a
AC/DC played the same
universal-
song over and over again.
It brought a universal appeal. I mean,
The Smiths, too.
Okay,
Yeah, real.
That's controversial.
I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's
okay,
I understand that it's not as maybe as good as like some of his other movies that are earlier
uh-huh.
when he had more to prove and he was maybe
Uh-huh.
being more adventurous. But I don't think,
You The indie movie guy.
Well, what I'm saying is this movie is not. I don't think this.
I feel like it's a weird one.
It's not my
for
favorite Tim Burton movie. I'll say
Okay.
that.
Tim Burton.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, but to me, it's a different purpose,
Okay.
right? Because some of his movies, they're like very, very heartfelt, and they're very
Yeah.
like expressive of. I feel like Tim
The
Burton.
last time he did that was Big Eyes.
I haven't watched that one yet,
It's okay.
but like I'm thinking of like because my favorite's probably Edward Scissorhands.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a lot of Tim Burton. Well, I liked the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Have you seen that one?
No, because that's when he started to sell out. Like that's
Really, I like that one
that's-
too.
that was the first one he did with both Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter.
I watched it a long time ago. I haven't
Right.
seen it since
And
I was a kid.
he can't improve.
That's
Willy
fair. That's
Wonka.
fair. But he does something different with it. It's not the same
Okay.
Yeah.
story.
Okay.
It's more about.
And that wasn't a risk either.
says hello.
That's fair. That's fair, Steve.
Okay.
That
I
was like a
think.
window life.
Yeah.
I think-
Here's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just gonna finish real quick.
No. Go
Okay.
King. Speak your truth.
I am usually a fan of directors or their works because
Mm-hmm.
they're trying harder and they are proving more and they're putting more of their soul into it. I
Mhm.
think that, in this, he's an older artist. He's an artist who is just creating his art.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the purpose of this film is a little different.
Okay.
It's more as an entertainment film. It's more a film like an experience film. It's not like
Yes.
it's not as expressive of a film and it's not purposed to be.
Okay.
And I am okay with that.
Okay.
It's not my top Tim Burton movie.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You can be okay with that.
Okay.
I think it's a top Tim Burton. I'm just gonna say I think it's the top Tim Burton of the movies I've watched. I'll just
Okay.
say that. Yeah.
I will say, as a big fan of this movie, I don't think it's one of my top Tim Burton movies, but I also think it's less about the movie. This is what I'll say. I'll say that self-proclaimed film buffs.
Oh.
No, respectfully, with peace and love. This is all peace and love. They,
Respectfully,
Steven is
with
going to
peace
get
and
you
love,
back.
no, Steve,
go
it's
fuck
not.
yourself. That's what you're saying. That's what
Steve, it's not personal.
Okay.
It's not personal.
Oh,
my
no. It's just
friend.
professional. It's just
Just calm
professional.
down. It's
I
okay. It's okay.
understand.
Relax. So
Relax.
essentially, I think that they feel a little threatened by the idea of a movie being there for entertainment, for the plot to be easy to understand and not cryptic. That really scares them a lot. So I think I think the purpose of this movie, is, it's not meant to be like some brand new artistic revelation, but it's meant to be entertaining. It's meant to bring a new group of people onto something like onto Sweeney Todd, which has been like a big iconic musical for a long time now. And it definitely brought a lot of people, like Anthony, like you were even saying, more into it and brought people into appreciating musicals. And I like the musical generally. I think it's a lot about just appreciation for the source material. And it's an adaptation in that sense where it's made to show appreciation for the source material, which is incredible. And that's just my opinion. Like, I think it's a wonderfully done piece of work. And I think the film brings new people into that piece of work and into the music and into a interesting new story that is dark for a musical. And it's not typical for a musical. And I really like it. And I like that the film has, and that's why they cast the people in it that they did. That's why they put Tim Burton behind it, because Tim Burton is the iconic, edgy director, little grungy director. So they were like, you know what, we're going to stylize this way so that people see this and they're interested in this. And it's really about appreciating the great work that is Sweeney Todd on stage.
Yeah. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
That's the point.
I gave you a standing ovation.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
A standing ovation.
But yeah, that's my opinion. That's where it sits to me, that's what makes me like it a lot. That's what makes me like to share it with people who aren't super into theater or musicals.
Well, I'm not super into theater, and I'm not super into musical.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing. That's what I said. I was talking about this with you guys off the air before with Tim Burton, because obviously before this, you saw it when it was a musical. And I got this off Wikipedia. Okay, so I got to take it with a grain of salt. But it said I read he watched it like 3 nights in a row, and him not being a fan of musical theater or just the genre, really liked it, and
well, it is a different kind of musical
for sure.
It does combine horror, and you don't usually get a lot of plays that are horror, let alone musical plays that are horror.
Exactly.
So,
and that's why I think it's cool that it pushed that into a more mainstream audience. I like that. I mean, even for me, this came out in 2007. I was really young. I didn't watch it until I got older. I don't remember when the first time I watched it was, but I think it might have been with you. Maybe.
I put you on.
But I'd heard of it, but I didn't watch it. I didn't know the music, and it made me appreciate that source material so much more as someone who's also a horror fan. I like that they combine these two elements into something a little bit more unconventional, and I like that it brought a newer fandom to it. I think it's really cool. And I think it's not meant to be taken super... I think people tend to maybe think it's meant to be taken a little more seriously. I don't know, but it's definitely very campy, like anything on stage is. And I like that it holds on to those elements. And yeah, say my word again, of camp. It's very
It just got some really good dark it's dark as it is a really, in my opinion, I was laughing.
And that's what I was gonna say too. It's not just a drama or a horror musical. It's really a dark comedy. And I think other films that are obviously Heathers just comes to mind first because that was adapted into a musical, but it was after the film. But it's people appreciate that more, and again, film buffs per se tend to appreciate Heathers more as a piece of art, when in my opinion it's the same element of dark comedy. It's just laid lower beneath the surface, and I think if you look at it with that perspective, you tend to appreciate it a little bit more than just taking it completely seriously, because I don't think it's meant to be, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I don't think the movie's meant to be taken seriously either, so that's something we agree on.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad that we could come to that.
Steven, calm down. God damn, what's going on with you? Simmer.
I'm trying.
Simmer this guy down.
Take a chill pill.
He's gagged or something.
I love you all.
I love you.
Oh.
Just you, though.
No.
What is the matter with you?
Thank God.
Calm down.
I'm calm.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anyways.
Thoughts? We've heard a lot about our thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts? What do you think, Daniel?
Well, Daniel,
Steve, let's pipe down in the corner.
We already said our thoughts, didn't we? On the movie as a whole.
Yeah, the movie as a whole, kind of. I think it's a fun movie. It's a movie that you watch to enjoy it. It's not a movie you watch to contemplate the complexities of life and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's a good time, and it's aesthetically pleasing. It is kind of exciting. Yeah, I think you watch it for the vibes, kind of, and you don't have to go too deep into it, I wouldn't say. It's pretty
Camp.
Yeah, it's pretty basic plot, pretty basic characters, but I think it's elevated by the aesthetics, and Yeah, and the humor. I think it is elevated by the humor a lot. The humor.
There's a lot of irony in the movie,
yeah, and just
like dramatic irony.
like give us some examples.
Like, we're getting into spoiler territory now.
It's okay.
But
you already gave warnings.
Like especially the end with the beggar woman being his wife.
Did you guys expect because this is your guys' first time watching this? Were you guys surprised by the twist? Did you see it coming?
I was surprised.
Daniel was surprised.
I guess, well, for me, because I looked it up on Wikipedia as I was watching. Okay. But like what happened to her, I didn't see what happened to her in the end, which was very surprising to me.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I remember, I still remember when I did not see it coming. I thought it was a pretty good, because I still look as someone who's watched this, so many times, this time around, I was trying to, watch it and, look for, that, but I still couldn't even find it.
Mm-hmm.
Until, up to the very end, it was, a little more noticeable, but yeah, I thought the twist was good.
Yeah, that was a great twist.
I thought it was, yeah. Because there was enough there that it wasn't like a out of pocket twist. It wasn't like a undeserved, unearned, unwarned twist. There was stuff leading up to that was telegraphing it, but it was subtle enough that it was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was a great twist.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing with something like this, and this is again just my opinion, I think with films like this or musicals generally, people who are into movies for some reason often feel deterrent from theater and stage and tend to feel it may be, and I'm speaking from my own experience beforehand, before I was okay, I love a little musical, a little
you
pussy
used
pop.
To be a little film buff.
Yeah, I used to be a hater. That's what I'm saying. So I'm coming from a lover's perspective at this time. When I used to be a hater, and I think often because they're so different, I think a lot of theatrical stuff, including musicals, anything to do with stage, theater, Broadway, is seen as corny or less inspired or more simplistic. And I feel as someone who has now worked within both realms, I think that there's a lot that goes into theater, and there's a lot that goes into creating a show for stage and performing in a show for stage, writing music, writing playwriting something, that just creating something for stage. There's a lot that goes into it that you don't really realize until you experience it and grow a greater appreciation for the art that is stage. And I feel generally a lot of people who are into film solely tend to be oh, stage is cringe, corny, there's no musicals, nothing like that I like. And I think me experiencing both, I was able to come to that realization and be wow, there's a lot that goes into this, and they're just different. And it doesn't mean that this is more simplistic or less inspired. I think that they're very equal in the realm of artistry, I guess, how much you need to put into it to make it happen. They're just different.
They're just two different mediums.
Yes.
I think they combine them good. Anyway.
Could I speak on that?
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting point, and that is, I think, shown in this movie, and maybe one of the reasons why you don't like it as much.
Oh, no. I don't hate this movie I don't hate this movie. Well, but the reason why I don't like this movie has nothing to do with because it's theater or musical.
Well, this is what I'm going to say.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
Although I did do that rant about My Fair Lady.
Oh, how they changed it.
Yeah, change the ending.
Again, not personal.
But that's not because I don't like theater.
I love theater. I'm just saying, I feel theater
I
is
respect for
posed
theater.
as corny, cringe, theater kids cringe.
I am a little bit of a theater hater.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't learned to appreciate it fully yet. I've been in plays before, and I enjoyed the aspect of acting in theaters, in theater productions. But my problem with theater is that it's not. and this is where it comes with the values, right? Like the values are sometimes different with when people enjoy theater and when they enjoy film. They enjoy them for different reasons, kind of. Theater is more about the experience. It's more about going and just absorbing the performances and the effort almost that the performers and the set designers and all the people working on the production are doing. It's not as much about the content of the actual play, I would say.
Are you saying theater can be more of a spectacle than film?
No, I'm saying the focus in my experience has more been on the actual. It's more about
like the immersion, like of the experience of theater.
Kind of, but it's less about like the story and the content of the plays, and more about the actual production of it, like the fact that it's being performed in front of you by people, by made, the sets are made, and it's about the appreciation of the art form and how they did it rather than what they did.
Okay. I get what you're saying. You're not saying that there's no like substance. It's just not the focus primarily like when you're watching theater.
Right.
Like what people get from it. Like though, because obviously there are good theatrical productions that have a lot of like deep like concepts, but like the focus out of it.
Don't.
Yeah, so it's like it's just more so like what you're saying, what you're getting out of it. Is what you're saying, right?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this is kind of what it's kind of like what you're saying is what I was almost explaining in the sense that I think that is how theater is viewed. And I don't think that theater is just about the effort or that it's live. I think it's the story is equally as important. It's just written differently and it's just presented differently. I think going to see a movie is also like an incredible experience. And I think there's a lot of films that are also there for entertainment. And that's another reason why I think this one is viewed that way, is because, and a lot of musical films are viewed that way because, they're like more entertaining or they're less like, I'm trying to think of a better term than like indie, but artistic and creative, but
not creative, but artistic.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think that is where what I'm saying comes in, is that generally it's viewed as kind of like what Steve said, like more like a spectacle or more like, it's an experience to see theater. That's why I love theater. There's so much work that goes into theater. That's why I love theater. And the writing and acting that people who perform in stage productions, like it's just different. It's not less, it's just a different type. Like, and I'll say, after performing in both as a performer, and I've also written plays for stage, as someone who's performed in both, I think that theater acting is much, much harder.
It absolutely is.
Than acting on film.
Yeah.
And I think it's just meant to be different. And they'll always say, if you're a theater kid, that your theater director has told you that you need to perform for the back row. And that's true. And there's so much more that you have to put into it. And you touch the same emotions. It's all about, we're all like, you're all, it's stories about people and people's emotions and, whatever. I don't think that makes it more, I don't know, like simple. I think
that's to Daniel's point too, like with just the takeaway you get, like, because obviously,
because there's so many
their theater productions are obviously really like there is a lot that goes into it, and obviously this, like, the source material can be deep or can be more playful, just like with movies. But it's just the same thing.
That's fair.
I have no problem with theater itself. I just want to make that
I wasn't.
No, this is not personal to anybody. Peace and love.
Okay.
This is not personal to anybody. It's just something and not personal to either of you either. Okay. Like, I promise. It's just something I've noticed and something I've experienced in my life in the past. I used to be like, theater is corny. It's not deep like film. Acting on stage is corny. The stories are so uninspired, but they're not. And there's so much that goes into it. It's just presented differently. And there's a lot of films that are uninspired, and there's a lot of plays that are uninspired. But there's so many that are special and unique, like Sweeney Todd on stage. I think it's special, unique.
Well,
I think that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Well, I was just going to say, if I were to pick a musical, because we're going to watch it, I don't care if y'all have watched it before. One of my picks is going to be Victor Victoria. Do you know that movie or play?
I've heard of it.
Okay, it's great. It's wonderful.
Victor Victoria?
Yeah, Victor
Maybe
Victoria.
Not.
Okay. It's a
play?
I'm pretty sure it was a play. I don't know if it was a play first or a movie first, but the movie has
sounds familiar.
The movie has Julie Andrews.
Okay, I know Julie Andrews.
And it's set in the 1920s, and she plays this opera singer who can't get a job. And this is set in Paris. So a gay man who's in the theater, he tells her to pretend a man. He tells her to be a woman who pretends to be a man who pretends to be a woman. Okay? So they make a fake persona of her being a man who cross-dresses into being a woman on the stage, and she becomes the hit of Paris, even though she's actually a woman. So it deals with a lot of LGBTQ plus stuff. So that is a musical I want to watch.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I might have heard of it, but I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
So that's interesting. Yeah, that'd be something that you know about that I don't. And I think that's cool. And I like stories like that too, that do have like, that resonate a little deeper or touch on topics like that. But
yeah, also the musical theater just has more of a playfulness. Like, I fucking love Rent, but it's like also it touches on like
I think that's a great story presented in a theatrical manner.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make the story any less great.
A bigger than life type of like that's what it's like radiating. Whereas obviously film is more personal and more like close. So it's not the same. It's you just take it differently, like Daniel said. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of film being personal, do you want to talk about the cinematography?
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know.
You have something to say?
I do, but I forgot it. Like,
okay.
No, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No.
I tend to do that on accident.
No, you didn't cut me
I
off.
did. It's okay.
I just like I don't know. I'm not super big into musical theater.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think that it's just like a different. If it's just
Are you in a regular
preferences.
theater?
I do. I like plays more, like
Okay.
straight plays, like I think that's more, again, my taste is in movies. It's also more independent. It's also
Right.
more, not as typically mainstream type things, which is not throwing shade in any ways. It's just like, again, what do you want out of the things you're going to view? It's not, yeah. So like I like, I just typically like, straight plays more, which is just non-musical plays.
Straight?
Whoa, what about
gay plays? Yeah.
In
I like
June
gay
of all
plays, too.
months.
And what?
Just in June of all months.
But I do like, my favorite musicals are like, I haven't seen that many in person. I saw Heathers the musical in person, which I really liked.
Have you seen Heathers?
I haven't seen the movie Heathers. No.
I haven't.
We should watch it.
Wait, that's...
I like Little Shop of Horrors a lot. I like more...
Oh, I love Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. I also like Oliver because I grew up with that musical.
Okay.
I watched that so many times growing up for some reason.
I believe that was a Don Bluth movie.
I don't...
Oliver and Company.
Don Bluth from Arrested Development?
No. Don Bluth from American Tail.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and The Secret of Nem.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think again, I already said it. It's about what you want in the movie, and it's about the values. What is valued in the production of the film or the movie and the musical or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Am I being negative?
No.
No, definitely not. I think
Okay.
I was going to say something. Gosh darn. No. Oh, yes. Okay. I think that, yes, I think maybe it also has to do with, I never have felt like I had a specific taste in things. I enjoy a wide range of things, and that's not meant to be like I enjoy a wide range of things
diverse.
and I'm really diverse and you guys are
Diverse.
flop. I don't mean it like that. I just generally do, and that's even like a lot of people like have a very specific taste in music, taste in film, taste in whatever, and I think for me, like, that's like something too, like, I've talked to many people about, where I feel like often we're, I don't know, orchestrated maybe to feel like you can enjoy only one area of thing, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of it also comes from like judgment from other people. Like, so for a long time I was like, I'm not even gonna get into musicals, and it's just because I don't like them, and it's just because it's not my thing. And I like Nirvana. I like Nirvana. And
Wait, do people bully people who like Nirvana?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Hold on. I was a teenager in the 90s, so that just, I don't understand
well,
that.
no, I mean, no. Like,
I mean, if you like Nickelback, I can understand. That deserves bullying.
no, but I'm not saying I was being bullied. I'm saying like I was being the
You're trying to
opposite.
be cool.
I get it.
Trying to
I
be
get it.
cool.
I get it.
So like for me, it was like, okay, I like Nirvana and I like Lady Bird. I don't like musicals or theater. That's so cornball. I don't like Marvel movies, stuff like that. Where I think a lot of the time we're orchestrated to feel that way, or maybe like people go through, I don't know, that internal struggle where it's like, I can only enjoy this type of thing because this has to be like, this is a part of me. And, I feel like for me, the best thing was opening my mind to other things and like being like, you know what, I can still be a little grunge, and I can still, listen to Isn't That Sweet, I Guess So by Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I can shake it to that, and I can admit that that's a banger. I can admit that like Miss Taylor Swiftie drops bangers. Like, I can admit it. And I can also, listen to the Smiths and, The Cure, and that's okay. And I can, you don't have to just like one genre of things.
You're accepting yourself, you're accepting your taste, and you're saying you're not ashamed of what you like and enjoy, even if other people are judgmental of it, kind of thing.
I mean, even that, like, I think things like sometimes there's some things that people generally just objectively push away because of maybe it's like popularity, or maybe, like, oh, I'm like pop music, for example. Like a lot of people like us who are into, films and, stuff. This is so cringe to say.
No, it's not.
It's like when D&D 4th edition came out, and all of the players hated it, but I didn't. I thought it was great. I had the most
You lost
fun
me there, my king.
playing D&D with 4th edition, but it didn't last very long because other people treated it very unfairly.
Why did they treat it unfairly, though? Why? Because they thought it was too normie or something?
No, it was very, very different. It was a very, very different iteration of D&D. Because D&D 4th edition is specifically, it's made to be very war gamey. So you need a map, and like movement is described in squares, not feet. So you need a map with all the squares and
Sounds
stuff.
very technical.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what we call crunchy. But it was great. And one of the things that made it so great that, traditional D&D players hated was it was very inspired by MMOs. So characters had like powers with cooldown periods. So you had at will powers that you could use any time, but then you also had once per encounter powers, which you could use once per battle.
But in the philosophies of the different versions, what are the differences? That's what I'm asking. Well, you said it's Crunchy is more technical, kind of.
Yeah.
But what about it was resisted?
Well, that it was inspired by MMOs, basically. That it was so video gamey, according to them.
Yeah. So they were kind of purists about it. They were like, "This is not what we love about D&D. This is something different."
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and that's.
But now there's a renaissance of 4th edition.
I think that's a really great comparison to what I'm saying too, because I think some things objectively, this is again my opinion, maybe I'm wrong. Hey, but I feel like this way a lot. That some things are objectively enjoyable, or some things are objectively good, and I think like taste, yes, but you can be like, oh, it's just not my taste for some. Like I get it, but some things I do think people generally push away because they don't fit within the box that they've put themselves in almost. Like, it's almost like, oh, I can't like this or I can't enjoy this because of this reason. And that is where I'm coming from. Just because it's different from things that you typically like doesn't mean you can't like it. And I don't know. But yeah, Me Espresso, absolutely banger. It's such a fun little song. Is it deep? No. What the fuck? It's not deep at all. She probably wrote it in 20 minutes. But it's fun and it's cute and it shakes it.
Yes, Daniel.
May I suggest we move on to the details of the movie and what we liked about it and what we disliked about it? Those types of things.
Well, do we want to talk about the different aspects of the movie, like acting and cinematography?
We can.
And that stuff?
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah. We can start with the acting.
Helena Bonham Carter, queen of my life forever and always.
When I was a kid,
so beautiful.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had a crush on her. Even though she's is motherly in this movie. I'm talking specifically in this movie, like.
Well, she's motherly.
She's motherly, but she's also.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking from when I saw it as a kid.
She was in Dragonheart 6, I think it was. She's in that movie. She voices a dragon.
Nice.
A very motherly dragon.
Nice.
Wow.
So.
Are you saying she was a hot dragon?
Sexy dragon?
Hold on. What is it? Mother dragon I'd like to fuck. Wow. What is that? A D-MILF or an M-DILF?
Like visually?
Probably D-MILF. I think that'd be better than M-DILF. Because DILF is a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, DILF is a different thing, yeah.
Good God.
Wow. Dragons.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah, so the acting, I don't know. I wasn't like, I don't know. I felt like.
I think the acting's kind of tough. I'm not going to shit on the acting that much, but I think it was also kind of tough for them because of all the musical stuff that they had to deal with,
Okay. A critique of this movie. I enjoyed this movie.
Let's get into critiques.
Okay. All right. I just didn't feel like we went too deep.
That's fine.
Because yes, we get the backstory.
Like acting wise, or because obviously this is based off of do you think that just the source material it didn't get as deep, or in this specific version the actors didn't go too deep? I felt like as far as Johnny Depp's performance, I didn't feel like it dug as deep as some other performances of his. Okay. I felt like there wasn't as much to bite into, but that also could be the character he's portraying, right? He's a disaffected person. He is someone who is emotionally disaffected, not connected. He is emotionally absent, and all he can think about is revenge. That's a good point. Yeah, because I feel like I know what you mean. He's definitely not in the, a lot of times in the story, he's very outside, kind of a bystander almost.
Yes.
And definitely a lot of characters I don't want to say overshadow him, but they're more in the spotlight because he's kind of, like you said, disconnected
Yeah.
with this whole plot. But
I follow this movie for Mrs. Lovitz. That's, I think
you'd eat her meat pies, is what you're saying.
I would eat her meat pies.
There's not enough humanity in Sweeney Todd. Is that what you mean? Like,
No, it's just that I wanted to see him care more. I wanted to see him care more. He killed his own wife, and then he barely shed a tear. Yes, he was mad, but like, I wanted to see the tragedy in his eyes, the fact that he had killed his only reason for existing, and I didn't feel like we got enough of that. I felt like we got him being angry at Mrs. Lovitz for lying to him and betraying him, but even that, I felt like he still wasn't there emotionally. Like it was just almost like he was doing these things out of obligation. Like he was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get revenge. I'm supposed to get revenge for her making me kill my wife accidentally. I'm supposed to get revenge on the judge. But again, we didn't even get to see, he didn't even care that much about Joanna. It didn't seem like he was only focused on revenge. And that again is part of his character flaw. He had, a baddie right there, ready to be in his corner, ready to make a life for him, ready to,
But
husband. That was also a
Lucy's a
tragedy.
baddie, though.
Lucy,
Like,
what's a bad?
Is that Lucy Lovitz?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And like, yes, that's part of his character, but also, I felt like the performance was a little bit it just wasn't there for me. I don't know.
That's fair. What about the other people?
I feel like
Mrs. Lovett.
I feel like Lucy served. I'm so cringy right now, but I feel like she
like you like homeless women.
Lucy's the wife.
Oh no, okay, no, I'm saying Lovitz. I'm talking about Lovitz.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucy was the wife.
Forgive me.
Yeah, that's
you're
what I'm saying. Lucy,
you're perfect. You never made a mistake.
Lucy was a baddie until obviously she got a little gross and
homeless. Lucy. Oh yeah.
Nothing against homeless people, but
Anti-homeless.
I have nothing against Lucy. I didn't get enough of her character to really fight for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to really go to bat for her. I'm in Miss Lovett's corner because, she just.
I think she's the most three-dimensional character.
Yes,
because she does a little bad and she does a little good.
Yes, and she wants to take care of her kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
but
know.
She's not afraid to grind people up for meat pies.
I was concerned. I wanted to know what she was gonna do with the kid. Was she wanting to kill him, or was she actually trying to protect him? That's what I was.
Oh, in the end,
and
she was gonna gank him.
What the fuck is gank?
That's actually a good discussion because I feel like
because
I don't know. I do.
No. She locked him up and then brought Sweeney Todd down there.
To kill him?
To kill him, yeah. I'm convinced that what was going to happen.
I am not completely convinced, but I can see
it can
that.
Be ambiguous. It can be ambiguous,
I agree.
but
I probably would say I don't know because I do think it's why would she lock him up? Like if not, also like tell him like he can eat the meat pies. When they're literally she's making him a fucking cannibal, but
a people pie, a soylent pie.
Yeah, that's probably not good, but
that's true.
At the same time, I feel like her and Toby was like the most like actual loving relationship throughout the movie that we saw. Mm-hmm. Because everything else was more like kind of flawed by.
Well, the only other loving relationship was between Anthony and Joanna.
Mm-hmm.
But then that the problem with that is like the graduate thing, where they don't really know each other. But then even then, this movie, it barely focuses on that. Like they only put as much of that in there as they need to keep the plot going forward.
Because they definitely focus more like on Sweeney Todd and
absolutely. Which I can understand.
Yeah,
like,
I can understand
if you didn't
like that critique, like from the musical, like because obviously that's the focus Tim Burton wanted. Yeah, rather than Anthony and Joanna.
Yeah, and the name of the movie is Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. So I get it.
Yeah, I could understand if someone wanted more of Joanna and Anthony. Personally, like I'm here for Sweeney Todd and Mrs. Lovett. I think they're hot.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
But Yeah.
I guess I wanted to see more of because we have the setups, but I feel like we didn't get the payoffs.
That's
like,
fair.
We didn't get her. Like that's kind of what we did get a little bit of, is we got a little bit of her being conflicted over what to do with this newfound kid that she has grown to love and take care of. But now she's feeling conflicted as far as like, what do I do now that he's about to take out the guy that I love, but I also love him. So like that was like the most conflict I felt like we had in the movie. That was the most personal stakes. That's what I'm looking for. Was because she had basically revolved her whole life around getting Sweeney Todd to love her. But here she has like happened into a child, and she's, early in the movie, she says that like she wants to be a mother basically. And she gets a child and she loves the child, but now, but she's fallen for a bad dude basically.
Yeah.
And anyways, that's why I think, because I just am really bothered by the fact that Sweeney Todd didn't really seem to care that much about Joanna. All he cared about was killing people and getting back, and he was just a what is it called? Misanthrope, right?
Yeah.
He just hated the world, and he didn't.
Yeah, a little one note is what you're saying.
He and I feel like that's where he could have had an arc, is where he could have been like, wow, or I don't know.
Well,
or at least
I think that's the tragedy, of the whole play. It's like you said, like the fact that all that's like right in front of him, but instead he's like 180ing, like focusing on the wrong thing. But it's like, his, even though like, because obviously, like, I don't know if we already said, but he kills Lucy himself.
Yeah.
But
she was alive. So
and he was going to kill Joanna.
Yeah, he was going to kill Joanna.
Lucy is his wife.
Lucy is his wife.
Who we thought she was dead the whole movie.
Yeah.
And we thought that the judge had killed her, or basically led to her death.
What happened was Mrs. Lovett told Sweeney Todd that Lucy took
poison.
Arsenic.
Yeah.
She took arsenic to kill herself, which was true. But what Lovett didn't tell him was that she didn't die from it. It only made her
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was locked away into the asylum until she was let out.
Yeah.
So,
but everything else though was true. The judge raped her, which is all, obviously still fucked up, and the judge had it coming still.
Yes,
but,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, he still could have come back. So I get what you're saying.
Well,
but I think that's just more so the focus on like the tragedy of the story.
Yeah.
But I guess my critique is I wanted him to...
When the tragedy happened, you wanted him to be more tragic about it. Is that what you're saying?
Basically. Like, I wanted him to realize on what he missed out on.
Yeah.
But he really didn't. He for a moment,
but I think
the end.
This is the thing, though. I feel like he does, like when Jordan pointed out the naive thing. I think that's a subtle thing that maybe, I guess you're saying they just didn't amp up more.
I wish they would have amped it up more. That's what I'm saying.
I get it. Yeah.
But that point that you pointed out was so cool. Can you say it? Can you talk about the naive line?
Yes. When at the end, before spoiler alert, Toby kills Sweeney Todd. And he's singing to Lucy. The final line of that song, which he's sung a couple times, he goes, and she was virtuous, and he was, as like Toby's coming up behind him, and then Toby gets his ass, and he goes, and he was, and that's like the last part. He doesn't finish it, and the next line is naive.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a little cutesy little thing that they did that I always like.
Yeah, because they played that song. Well, he sung it at the beginning, and the whole thing was, in his memory, was that he was naive. That like his life was being like watched by this Judge Turpin, and then obviously everything was taken away from him.
Everything was taken away.
And then in this in this instance, everything's taken away as well. But I guess the whole thing is that it's not anyone's fault but his.
And in the beginning, it was more like he was naive. Like,
yeah,
the past Sweeney Todd was naive to think that it could have been happy, that I could have had a happy life.
Yeah.
But now it's like the naivety is that he got lost in his darkness, kind of. And I think, at least, that's my reading of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good assessment.
But that was a great thing that you pointed out, because I totally would never have gotten that in a million years if you wouldn't have pointed it out.
No, it's not. I promise it's not anything crazy. Thank you, though.
It is.
Any other performance notes that we want to talk about?
I mean, personally, here's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
I thought the whole cast, I thought it was all very, like, compact, but I feel like every performance stood out on their own. Like, I thought everyone in it was giving it their all, and I feel like in their own performances were really good. Obviously, Sacha Baron Cohen, so fucking good.
Yes.
I really liked his part in it, and it's so Sacha Baron Cohen. Like, even though, like, this is, like, I guess kind of serious for him, like, obviously, like, he's singing, but also the opera note was so good. And he's got a big ass bulge throughout his, like, I don't even know what's going on. You can't even watch it. It's just like, whoa, that's right in your face. Anyway, he's really good.
To the side like that.
He's really good. And
he tucks it to the right.
He tucks it to the right, but it's still front and center.
Yeah, but I like how he was tied into being kind of Sweeney's protege. Like, he was inspired by him and just connected to his past life before obviously being fucking killed with a pot, which is crazy. That was the first death. Yeah,
I loved his character. He was another pretty three-dimensional character to an extent. You know, he had been Sweeney's apprentice in the past, and you know, had aspired to become a barber like him. And then he kind of ultimately fails because he doesn't. He's a liar, kind of. He's more of a trickster. Yeah. Then Sweeney was a genuine craftsman. He was a genuine barber who cared about his craft.
Well, Pirelli, the name that he goes by, he's more of a con man. He's a swindler.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, I liked him a lot. Oh my god. What's his name? Beetle Bamford. I just don't remember the actor's name.
Timothy Spall.
Yes.
I believe. Yeah.
Yes. He's also so good in this. But like, I wrote this down because anytime I see him, I just think of his character in Harry Potter. Yeah. He was a rat. His name was Scabbers. Yeah. So I literally just...
Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, Peter Pettigrew. I literally wrote, like, while we were watching it, because I was like, oh my god, Scabbers is so good at being, like, gross. But it's, like, so funny. Like, he's so funny in this movie. Every single movement he makes, every smirk is so funny. And he's so good at playing that. But yeah, I thought he was good. Obviously, Alan Rickman, like, amazing. I really just thought everyone was good. And then, we already pointed out Vecna, or sorry, that's just what I call him. Jamie Kimmel Bauer, also really good. This is his first movie, and I think he really was standout in it. But yeah, I just thought it was really compact, and never thought everyone was really good in it. But yeah,
agreed.
I agree.
My favorite actor in this movie was Anthony Head. So.
Oh yeah, his little one-liner.
He played Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He played Uther Pendragon in Merlin. He was in an episode of the new Doctor Who. And he is also the brother to Murray Head, who is the singer of One Night in Bangkok.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard he was supposed to be a ghost narrator in the story.
Oh.
But they cut it. So he just had that role.
So like he was one of the people who was killed, and then he.
Yeah, I assume so. Something more tied to like original source material that they cut out.
Okay, I figured that they must have had they must have filmed a lot more with them or intended to, and then just cut it. So,
yeah,
that makes sense.
He just like says hey, good job or something like
something like that.
Yeah.
What scene was he in? I forget.
That was right after the contest.
Yeah, it was after the contest. I don't even think you see his face. You just hear I just recognize his voice. So yeah.
Gotcha.
He just goes up to him and says, "Good job." Pretty much, yeah. And that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That would be bummer. But you still get paid, so
Yeah, absolutely. And a credit. He's still credited in there. So.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good credit.
What other aspects of the movie do we want to talk about?
Cinematography?
Hell yeah. It's fantastic.
I also read, sorry, I'm bringing up a bunch of shit I found out because I looked some stuff up last night. He was like the cinematographer for the whole Pirates of the Caribbean series. I just feel like there's so many like ties, whether it's Harry Potter, just Johnny Depp in general. Because we got Johnny Depp, Grindelwald, Jamie Kimmel Bower, young Grindelwald. Helena was Bellatrix, obviously. Peter Pettigrew, as I mentioned. Snape. There's just so much.
Well, there's so many British actors in Harry Potter.
That's true.
It's tough to cast someone who wasn't in Harry Potter.
Yeah, that is true.
So.
But yeah, that he was on the Pirate series, so thought that was interesting. But yeah, I liked it. I mean, just in general, I guess this isn't mainly for cinematography, but I just really liked how disgusting and gross they made like London look, and just I love all of the like shadowed silhouettes there was, which like ties into like from the beginning where he talks about only seeing like ghosts or shadows. So I feel like there's a lot of cool shots like that where there's just like shadowed silhouettes. But yeah.
There's only one scene that was shot in the day where it looked like the day, and that was the picnic scene.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah. But I mean, I understand.
Yeah,
they're going with something else, and it's Mrs. Lovett's "I Want" song, which is usually hopeful, which is why they did it, which I understand. But even throughout the rest of the movie, there are scenes that happen during the day, but it still looks like dark and cloudy. So it feels like day, but it also feels like night. Like there's no difference between the two in London. So. Yeah.
That was I always like thought that contrast was always but it is very Tim Burton just in general, because it seems very super artificial, which it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I think that this being a play adapted to film lends itself to that kind of very stylized,
it's like bigger than
set.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Tim Burton loves a good slanted ceiling.
I love all the shots too of like the reflection through the broken mirror, like that only like Sweeney
there's a
would
lot
see.
of reflective shots in this movie, especially of the razors.
The puddles.
Yeah. And with the shots with the razors where like either Sweeney Todd is reflected back or Mrs. Lovett is reflected back, there's blur like in the entire frame. So
which is slaying, yes.
Yeah, the distortion of reality in Sweeney Todd's mind.
It's literally so slaying, yes.
Broken.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Some of my favorite. Well, also you gotta kind of talk about it together, but the production design of this movie
so good,
fantastic,
absolutely,
so rich, heightened, and immersive at the same time. Like, detailed.
I think my favorite
story,
like combination of setting with actor movement and camera movement was the song where Mrs. Lovett has done her reopening. So all the people have come to eat her meat pies.
Yes,
I think that's probably the best. That was my favorite.
Like little red lights, and then because it's very there's like no color throughout, and there's like little splits here and there that I feel like
Spliffs.
Never heard that one.
yeah. I'm
sorry.
just making shit up.
I like it.
That's okay.
Well,
I made up
spliff is a half cigarette, half blunt.
That's basically
joint.
what they are.
Yeah, so it was used.
You don't think I know my cigarette terminology?
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
blunt.
Yeah, I'm a smoker.
Sorry.
Don't promote that.
Don't promote that.
I'm sorry. You're saying
It's all kind of be flying in here today.
there's little touches of color and stuff and splits of color.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. No, but yeah, I did notice that I really liked. And yeah, just in general, like it's no saturation. But yeah, I like it. I like I said before, how dark and gross London looks. All the rats, cockroaches.
Crotches.
And yeah, like when you said, even when it's like daytime, when it's not, in that one song, it's still very dark.
Yeah.
And it's like the last place you would want to be in. It really kind of just encompasses like this whole world that from the get-go we're introduced to as like this terrible place, and this place filled with ghosts, like that Sweeney talks about. But yeah.
Yeah. And some of my favorite shots were, ironically, the daytime shots in her daydreaming. I just loved the way they looked, and I think they got a chance to stand out more because the rest of the movie was so different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they were cool too.
Real.
They were pussy and slaying, yes.
Yeah.
I would say.
What other aspects do we want to talk about?
Well, the music. There's the music.
Obviously,
Music was great.
great, yeah. I actually, because, I mean, I thought, well, I'm a little biased because I saw this first, but I still feel like, even though, like I said before, the actors weren't, like, musical actors, I still feel like, performance-wise for music, I thought it was all pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Johnny Depp, if we're talking about, like, I'm not saying he's the weakest, but I still think, like, out of those that were probably more obviously not theatrically trained, I still really liked his voice for the source material. I thought it fit well.
Which songs were y'all like singing to? Because I saw y'all.
Every song.
All of them.
But obviously, my favorite is Pretty Woman. That's the one where Judge Turpin first comes in and they're singing together. Epiphany, that's the one where he's with Mrs. Lovett, like after Judge Turpin left because Anthony came in. That's another good one. No Place Like London. That was another one we were singing. And then obviously Joanna.
Okay.
That's the one where Anthony sings.
I also really like By the Sea.
Oh, that's a classic. That was like famous on TikTok recently, because this movie like recently got like another big following around that time.
Okay.
It got like popular on TikTok. The song.
Ooh, Mr. Todd. That one.
Yeah, it was.
That's
it was,
like in
it was
her
audio.
daydreaming part.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that song.
And obviously, I love well, this is not to the music, but I just love how every time Johnny Depp is walking, he just says that there's a hole in the world like a great black pit that's filled with people who are filled with shit. and the vermin of the world inhabit it. It's so funny. What'd you say? You said, that's literally me going to work. It's just...
It's like you're not funny at all, but that I said.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you thinking that was a funny one.
I loved the harmonies and the interweaving sort of how they both are singing the same or similar lyrics, but at different times. They interweave. I
think Stephen Sondheim does that a lot in his musicals. So
I that would make sense that it's like a style of his.
Yeah.
But I really liked it in this movie, and I liked that, like, you know, the duets had differing motives, but the same lyrics oftentimes. I loved that.
Well, that's also part of the irony that I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, the same lyrics means one thing for one person, but a different thing for a different person, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just liked actually the way that the harmonies sounded. I think, you know, Alan Rickman and Johnny Depp were great in that one, in a couple of the scenes where they get to sing together. I thought that those sounded really good, and I'm just a Lovett stan. So
yeah, she's a really good singer.
Yeah,
she's
and
so
her
beautiful.
harmonies were also really good.
Mhm.
That's what stood out for me with harmonies. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
big Mrs. Lovett stan here.
I love
Or is it
Mrs.
just Helena?
Lovett's.
She's mothering to
It's
the
both.
sun.
It's
Oh.
both.
Wow,
She's so mothering to the sun.
she's so
Did you guys hear that?
the
Toby.
What?
That's how Pirelli says Toby.
Oh, I thought you were saying
before he beats the
Dobby.
shit out of
Have
him.
you seen Hugo?
No.
Oh
no.
my gosh, you need to watch Hugo.
Is Sacha Baron Cohen in that?
Yeah, Sacha
Okay.
Baron Cohen's in it.
Okay.
It's so good. It's Sierra's
odd.
favorite Martin Scorsese movie.
Makes sense. Makes sense. She likes that more than Shutter Island.
Yeah,
Has she seen?
That's a Leo movie.
yeah.
Shutter Island.
I think she likes Shutter Island as well,
Okay. Okay.
but she loves Hugo.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry.
No, that.
Sacha
Don't
Baron
ever
Cohen's.
apologize for talking about the things that you love
Oh,
and
thank-
being excited.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen is great in Hugo. We have to watch it together because I think you guys would like that movie a lot.
I'd be down. I
Yeah.
love him.
I love him.
I love him.
I love Sacha Baron Cohen in
Hello.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, Ricky Booby.
Ricky Bobby.
He's so
I
funny.
will defeat you. Mhm.
I haven't seen all of the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. I've only seen parts of it.
Oh,
I know nothing
Okay,
about
but
Don't you
that.
put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you dare put that on me.
This movie was a lot like Fight Club, wasn't it?
Like, how do you mean?
Like a person who's like, "Oh, the world sucks." Oh, and then Helena Bonham Carter is the love interest, and is also like the world sucks, but also kind of has more hope than the main character.
They,
And then it goes really badly for her.
They share similar themes, but I don't think they're like. I don't think you can really compare them. Otherwise,
I'm gonna compare them. Goddamn.
Okay, you can do that.
yeah. If Tyler Durden was just singing, maybe.
I think it's
Yeah.
And
it's like so
mentally-
funny.
and wasn't suffering from what is it?
Multiple
Yeah.
personalities.
Dissociative
DID.
identity disorder.
Or-
Yeah.
Yeah, like who was she even real? That's the question. She wasn't here. Yeah.
Maybe Toby.
Mrs. Love it was real.
Well, no, it couldn't be Toby.
This movie is also a lot like Taxi Driver,
Girl.
Okay.
right? Don't you guys agree?
Have you seen Taxi Driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to
I
think.
haven't.
You don't think it's a lot like that?
She's joking.
I haven't seen it.
I mean,
so,
maybe. I guess there's a misanthropic guy who hates the world, and
Yeah. And the
The
pianist.
music, great in that movie.
that's true.
I
The
love
music
the
in Taxi
score.
Driver is great.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I think they're similar,
God,
Got him. I have him.
right? You guys agree? Just kidding. It's nothing like Taxi Driver.
ever seen that
It's being
one
silly.
shot where he goes? No, that's like
You
the,
mean
that's
from
like the
American Horror Story?
Actually, yeah, American Horror
You
Story
mean
did get that first, and then Taxi
Tate-
Driver stole
yeah,
it.
from when Tate does that in American Horror Story
No, I'm
season
joking. That's
1
like
Murder
the
House.
that's like this the one like
Which
film buff
season?
video.
Oh.
Season 1 of season
Okay.
1 is actually it's actually also referred
Murder
to as
House.
Murder House.
Yes, I know.
So he does this
When the cops are about to shoot him.
when the cops are
Okay.
he's bad guy, and you know, yeah, he does that, and then I guess I don't know, it just got really big, popular, so that was placed into
Mhm.
Taxi Driver. Following the fact,
I
Right.
hate American Horror Story.
I hate this movie because it's so unrealistic. Because how can that be a good business model? Just killing all of your clients.
I just
That's
love,
true.
like I said before, how fucked the system
Well,
is.
he didn't kill
because-
all of them because there was that one guy who brought his wife and daughter.
Yeah,
with
like
him.
he actually has some morality. Like,
No, well, no, he could get away with it. That's not morality at all.
no, I think he saw his wife and said, "All right, I'm gonna let this fella go."
No, that's not what happened at all. He
All
saw
right.
the wife there. He's like, there's no way I can do all this. I'd have to kill a guy, but then the wife and the daughter might run away before I could kill them, so I better not kill him.
Well, that's why I like
Is
this
that
story.
what happened, or am I just a psycho?
No, I guess I'll just leave it up to
Okay.
ambiguity, but
Okay,
you know,
okay.
it's okay. I
Okay.
think he's a good guy, Sweeney.
No, not at all.
Okay, well, this is what I'll say.
Sweeney, 10
This
out of
is what
10
I'll
guy.
say.
Real good
I
guy.
like how he's not like just portrayed as a villain. Like obviously he's nuanced, but I like how more of the focus is like, you know, like he was in this situation where this corrupt judge and all this fucked up shit happened, and it's made this monster that is Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, he's definitely a villain. I think he has no humanity left, but I understand why he has no humanity left.
Yeah,
but it also does not justify his actions. So
he's a victim.
Agree to disagree. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'll just say.
Name one mistake he's made though.
He killed freaking Lovitz.
Okay.
Have you ever tried a priest or a poet? No.
Have you ever tried one of those?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Just kidding. Sweeney hasn't either. You just dish them out.
I just can't think of any mistakes that he's made.
Well, never mind. I won't say it.
Let's keep that. Let's keep that to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. It's better. That
Okay.
way.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, overall, that's something too that's unrealistic about it. Is like he has no flaws, and that makes it a little bit unrealistic. So that kind of pulls you out of it a little bit, and you're kind of like, what's going on here? You know. So that kind of is like, I can't really relate to you because it's, you know, you're so perfect. He doesn't really make any mistakes, that sort of thing. So that makes it kind of difficult, and that's, you know, a trend throughout the entire movie. Most characters in the movie are like that. Except for, I don't know, like maybe Joanna. But everybody else, you know. So that's one thing I will say is a flaw about the movie that pulls you out a little bit, is that everybody doesn't really make any mistakes.
Well, speaking of Joanna, she doesn't, like, she's just a MacGuffin in this movie.
She's what?
Just a MacGuffin. She's just an object in this movie.
What is that?
A MacGuffin?
Yeah.
So in thrillers, like Hitchcock thrillers, the MacGuffin is the thing that everybody's going after. And it doesn't matter what it is. What's important is that everybody wants it.
Okay, I see.
So I think Joanna is more of a object in this movie than an actual character.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
So, which is, you know,
not really...
not pussy at all.
Not pussy. It's really not...
A little dick? Maybe
it's
dick.
a little bit cock.
Yeah.
Okay, cock. Okay.
I would even say. It's kind of sucker.
Yeah.
Not slay, nor yas. At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that Toby was also like younger. I feel like a lot of the humor with him being like a drunk, and stuff.
Yes, because he's an adult.
Like he's different. In different productions, he's a little.
Oh, really?
He was written to be an adult.
Okay.
So this is I think it's the only.
Adult, or like I thought it was just a little like not.
No,
like,
I'm pretty sure it's adult.
But like 18 adult or like 25
like young adult.
Yeah, like that's maybe
We'd have to look that up. I think it's like young adult.
Either way, though, he's like young, definitely younger here. Like he's a kid,
right?
Yeah.
But I like that.
But that was just to put more of an emphasis on the inhumanity of those times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like adult.
What do you mean? How old?
25, 30.
Yeah, it says that generally in the stage musical, Toby is portrayed as is this problematic? Wikipedia is saying this. I would never say this. As a mentally handicapped adult.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why Tim Burton would want to make that change.
I feel like that may be problematic.
What?
Right?
No, it doesn't have to be.
No, it's not
but I
problematic.
think that'll.
But I think
raise the stakes higher for him. The stakes like just a little bit. I was just picturing like a more just adult.
Well, I think it is helpful to the. I think it's helpful to
still obviously
the
very
relationship
innocent.
that she has with Lovett, where it's more of a
caretaker,
a mother, surrogate son, kind of thing. So.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I think that's interesting. Yeah, he was supposed to be. I know he's portrayed typically on stage as an adult, and that was always something that I thought came off very like strange.
Mm-hmm.
That I did like in the movie more that he was a kid. And their relationship made more sense to me. But what do I know? But yeah.
Before we go, we'd like to give a shout out to the bestest friends of the show on our Patreon. Thank you, Brian, for your support of the show. If you'd like to be one of our bestest friends of the show, then check out our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/yourmoviemymoviepodcast. And thanks for listening. So anything else? Last thoughts? Daniel? Last thoughts?
Again, the production design was amazing.
Yeah.
The costumes.
I like it.
And to be fair, Tim Burton's style was pretty cool.
To be fair.
I like it.
To be fair.
It is.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Would you watch it again?
I would watch it again. I think I would want to watch it again with people who, really love it and would like to sing along with it. Like with you guys again or with Sierra again. Because I think Sierra loves this as well.
I know. I'm like so sad. Sierra would have been shaking it with us.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that.
So I probably wouldn't watch it alone again, but I would watch it with people again.
Hold on.
Fair.
What do?
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless.
Bless.
Bless up.
Bless up, my friend.
Bless down.
Hell yeah. Or sorry.
Oh,
During the blessing?
Sorry.
good Lord.
So Jordan,
Yes.
last thoughts.
Last thoughts. I don't know. I like it, and I will continue to shake it. And on the drive home, we're probably gonna listen to it. And I'm thinking that we should do Sweeney Todd and Miss Lovett for Halloween this year. I think that'd be really slay.
I think that'd be amazing.
I agree.
You guys would eat that
And that's
up.
really what I got mostly from this. You know? I got this year's Halloween look, which is nice.
Yeah, that's important.
And I appreciate that from this experience. And I like hearing other people's, vibes and thoughts on things. Such like a beautiful thing that people do is like chat and talk and, tell their stories. So I think that's really nice and beautiful sentiment. Was that cool to say?
Yeah.
Thanks. Did you like the voice that I was doing too?
Sure.
It was cool.
Very dramatic.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys.
What is going on?
Anthony, last thoughts.
This is a good time. That's it.
Was
From the
being,
mysterious man.
was being on the episode.
Don't forget, graceful and amazing.
Graceful, amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All from Steven, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, why did I get just Jordan?
That's what you asked for.
That's not true.
That's very true.
Everybody else confirm or deny? Does anybody else remember that?
Just Jordan?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't request that,
Oh.
right?
That's what you said.
I
I
don't,
should refer you
remember
to
that.
just Jordan. That's
Daniel
what you
doesn't
said.
remember it.
I remember. So.
Well, it's already 1 against 2. Do you remember?
Sorry, no.
Is
I was
this-
thinking of.
Is
of
being on
something
the show
else.
everything you guys wanted?
Yes, it was amazing.
It was really great.
Do you have anything that you regret not doing on the show that you wanted to do on the show? Because now's your time.
Probably sing more.
Probably
sing more.
sing, yeah.
Yeah.
You sing a song.
What do you want to sing?
Let's just do the opening track, right?
How does it start?
I have sailed the world, beheld its wonders.
Well, that's
From that's
was
no place
actually-
like London.
no. It was really good. It was really good. I thought you were really good doing that.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's hard to bring in that female sound.
Oh, okay. So you want me to be Sweeney? Okay, I got to go.
No. I was thinking we could do something, a little bit with a little bit more edge.
Oh, my
Oh,
friends.
like Sweeney was edging
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when
So,
you
Like
hit the
that
edge.
edges the viewers.
Oh, but there's no
listeners.
viewers. Oh, so like
Something that edges them.
Are you
Okay.
talking about doing this when you Todd JLI?
world beheld its wonders. Like that?
No. I just mean like something that like edges them a little bit more at the end.
Okay, I'm not picking up what you're putting down, Chief. Can you like
I don't know. Something like,
give it a thing?
all right. Where are you now that I need you?
Oh. How did I not know that?
Pew 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 pew. Remix. Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar high. What? Pew 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 pew.
Remix. The Rude Sandstorm. How does it go?
I think I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb. I think I'm
Oh, I was talking about singing Sweeney Todd.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about doing that.
Okay, well, I think that's my last words.
Knee deep in the passenger seat and you're eating me out. Is it casual now?
Whoa. Stop talking about eating the box. All right.
Eating the box.
I think, yeah, that's my last word.
2 weeks.
Hey, you